Hey, UMass Boston. Welcome back to our ongoing series on learning more about parliamentary procedure. I'm particularly happy to present today's installment to you because it really backs up what I said about how parliamentary procedure gives each and every member rights in the organization and actually gives membership an opportunity to exert leadership over what's going on in the group when a motion is on the floor. So let's get right to it. Let's discuss calling the question, or also as it's known, calling the previous question, right? What is it used for to call the question? It's used when you want to end the discussion or the debate that has become long or repetitive, right? And what happens when you call the question is, if 2/3 or more of the members vote in favor of calling the question, the discussion ends and it goes immediately to voting on what the main motion was on the floor. Now, I want to pause for a second because it's not debatable. If you move to call the question, it's not debatable and it requires a 2/3 vote to pass. Let's take a moment on that. 2/3, not a majority, right? Let me tell you why that is. Because if you want to end discussion, that's pretty serious, right? You'll remember that one of the purposes of parliamentary procedure is to ensure a full and free debate. So we don't take casually stopping the discussion. That's why there's a little bit of extra security in this, requiring a 2/3 vote of the membership to pass calling the question. So let's put it into real terms. Let's get it for real. You're at your organization's meeting, right? And the SEOC has asked your organization to appoint a representative to a special subcommittee they've created. Now, someone at your meeting had raised their hand and made this motion, as you see on your screen. I move that we appoint Rodrigo Velez as the representative to the SEOC subcommittee. That motion was seconded and we are in the debate. Here's what's been going on while you're sitting there. Not one person has spoken against Rodrigo. Everyone who's been talking has been saying positive commentary on his involvement and more. They've praised his work in your group over and over. There's not much more to say in your opinion. Everybody seems in agreement, right? No more conversation is necessary. What can little old you do about that? You can do just what we're talking about. You could call the question or call the previous question. Now, how would you do that? Very simply, you raise your hand or you get recognized by the president or the chair of the meeting, and you simply say one of the following. I move that we call the previous question. Or to make it really simple, you could just simply say, when you're recognized, I call the question, right? It must be seconded. And as we said already, there is no debate. It goes to, that motion to call the question goes to an immediate vote. And if 2/3 vote for it, it passes. Now, what happens if it passes? If it passes by 2/3 debate, that's it. It stops. The conversation over Rodrigo Velez as a representative stops and it goes to an immediate vote. Now, if it fails, very simply, the debate on Rodrigo continues. Even if there was no debate on him, even if there was nothing negative being said, we go back to it and eventually whenever the discussion stops, it will go to a vote, right? Here's why call the question is so powerful. If in your opinion, there's nothing useful being talked about, everybody's repeating themselves. Everyone is saying things like, to build on what he said, and I'm backing up what you said. You've heard it. There's no new information being present. You, little old you, can end the conversation and keep the meeting moving along, right? But it does require that 2/3 vote because it's pretty serious to end the discussion. We take ending the discussion seriously. That's your power, right? I hope that you feel a sense of your ability to call the question when you think it's important. And I hope that if you have questions about it, you'll contact me at the email you see on your screen, msmtrainsyou@mac.com. I invite conversation on calling the question or anything else you might have related to parliamentary procedure. There's still more in our ongoing series. Please tune in to our next installment. Thanks so much for your attention today. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.